The 7th Fleet is a numbered fleet of the United States Navy. It's headquartered at U.S. Fleet Activities Yokosuka in Yokosuka, Kanagawa Prefecture, Japan. It's part of the United States Pacific Fleet. At present, it is the largest of the forward-deployed U.S. fleets, with 60 to 70 ships, 300 aircraft, and 40,000 Navy, Marine Corps personnel, and Coast Guard support personnel. Its principal responsibilities are to provide joint command in natural disasters or military operations, and operational command in all U.S. naval forces in the region. Following the end of the Cold War, the 7th Fleet would most likely intervene in case of conflict in Korea or conflict between China and Taiwan, especially in the Taiwan Strait. Keeping in view the provocative action of China in the South China Sea and against Taiwan, the 7th Fleet assumes special significance. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes how powerful is the U.S. 7th Fleet, which is positioned very close to China. Let's get into the details. This video is sponsored by War Thunder, the most comprehensive military vehicle online game for PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One, in which you can go to battle on more than 1,200 playable aircraft, tanks, helicopters, and ships from the 1930s to the 1990s. The game has an amazing attention to detail and focuses on a realistic combat experience, which is why knowing your vehicles and skill really makes a difference. It's easy to get into, and all you need to play is nothing more but your mouse and keyboard or controller. Immerse yourself in cross-platform combat with more than 20 million other military vehicle enthusiasts from all over the world. Download and play War Thunder for free using the link in the description below, and also get a free bonus tank, aircraft, or ship, and 3 days of premium account. The 7th Fleet was formed on March 15, 1943, in Brisbane, Australia, during World War II, under the command of Admiral Arthur S. "Chips" Carpenter. Of the 50 to 60 ships typically assigned to 7th Fleet, 18 operate from U.S. facilities in Japan and Guam. These forward-deployed units represent the heart of the 7th Fleet and the centerpiece of American forward presence in Asia. 7th Fleet is organized into specialized task forces. Task Force 70 is the battle force of 7th Fleet and is made up of two distinct components. Surface Combatant Force 7th Fleet, composed of cruisers and destroyers, and Carrier Strike Force 7th Fleet, made up of at least one aircraft carrier and its embarked air wing. Battle Force is currently centered around Carrier Strike Group 5, the carrier USS Ronald Reagan, CVN 76, responsible for unit-level training, integrated training, and material readiness for the group's ships and aviation squadrons. As the only continuously forward-deployed carrier strike group, the CSG-5 staff does not stand down when the strike group is in Yokosuka, but instead continues to maintain command responsibilities over deploying carrier strike groups and independently deployed cruisers, destroyers, and frigates that operate in the 7th Fleet operating area. The commander and staff are also responsible for the higher-level Task Force 70 duties throughout the year, in addition to the CSG-5 duties. The composition of the strike group varies throughout the year. The CSG-5 commander also serves as Battle Force 7th Fleet and Commander, Task Force CTF-70 for the 7th Fleet. In these responsibilities, CSG-5 serves as the commander of all surface forces, carrier strike groups, independently deploying cruisers, destroyers, and frigates in the 7th Fleet area of responsibility. CTF-70 also serves as the Theater Surface Warfare Commander, TSUWC, and Theater Integrated Air Missile Defense Commander, TIA-MDC, for 7th Fleet. Task Force 71 includes all Naval Special Warfare, NSW units, and Explosive Ordnance Disposal Mobile units, OEDMU, assigned to the 7th Fleet. It's based in Guam. Task Force 72 is the Patrol and Reconnaissance Force, 7th Fleet. It's located at Naval Air Facility Misawa Air Base, Japan, and is mainly composed of anti-submarine warfare ASW aircraft and maritime airborne surveillance platforms such as P-3 Orion and Lockheed EP-3 reconnaissance planes operating on land bases. Task Force 73 is the 7th Fleet's logistic force composed of supply ships and other fleet support vessels, headquartered in Singapore. Task Fleet 74 was the designation used for the Enterprise Battle Group in 1971. Currently, it's the Fleet Submarine Force responsible for planning and coordinating submarine operations within 7th Fleet's area of operations. Task Force 75, Navy Expeditionary Force Command Pacific, is 7th Fleet's primary expeditionary task force, located in Camp Covington, Guam. CTF-75 is responsible for the planning and execution of coastal riverine operations, explosive ordnance disposal, diving, engineering and construction, and underwater construction throughout the 7th Fleet area of responsibility. Task Force 76 is the Amphibious Assault Task Force, currently headquartered at U.S. Fleet Activities Sasebo, mainly responsible for supporting marine landing operations. It's composed of units capable of delivering ship-to-shore assault troops, such as America-class and Wasp-class amphibious assault ships and landing craft. Task Force 77, 7th Fleet Mine Warfare Force, composed of mine countermeasure, mine hunter, and mine control ships, as well as mine countermeasure helicopters, MH-53. This task force is only activated during specific combat operations and was filled by the Commander of Mine Warfare Command. Mine Warfare Command has now been disestablished and replaced by Navy Mine and Anti-Sub Warfare Command, Naval Base Point Loma, California. Task Force 78. In 1973, Task Force 78 served as the mine clearance force that cleared Haiphong Harbor in Operation Endsweep. Major elements of the U.S. Navy Mine Warfare Force, including Mobile Mine Command, MOMCOM, Mine Warfare Support Group, MWFSG, and HM-12, were airlifted by C-5A to NAS QB Point in the Philippines. These specialists form the nucleus of Task Force 78. Task Force 79, the Marine Expeditionary Unit or landing force assigned to that fleet, consisting of at least a reinforced Marine battalion and its equipment. This unit is separate from the Marine Expeditionary Unit, MEU, normally embarked in USS Bonham Richard Amphibious Readiness Group, ARG. Marine units serving in the 7th Fleet are normally drawn from 3 Marine Expeditionary Force based in Okinawa, Japan. USS Ronald Reagan Nimitz-class supercarrier is the main asset of the 7th Fleet. It's equipped with 16 to 24 RIM-7 Sea Sparrow for air defense, and close-in weapon system CIWS duties are performed by Phalanx and RIM-116 rolling airframe missiles. Its main offensive force consists of the FA-18 Hornet and FA-18 Super Hornet. USS Ronald Reagan can carry around 60 of these and will be the trump card when it comes to enforcing air dominance. Apart from these fighter jets, USS Ronald Reagan has EA-18G Growler for airborne electronic attack and E-2C Hawkeye AWACS for airspace monitoring with command and control. The surface force also consists of multiple Ticonderoga and Arleigh Burke warships. Ticonderoga class has 122 and Arleigh Burke class has 92 Mark 41 cells, which can be armed with different types of weapons that include land attack cruise missiles like Tomahawks, SM-6 for ballistic missile defense, as well as anti-ship warfare, to name a few. U.S. Navy also deploys nuclear-powered Los Angeles class or Seawolf class or Virginia class submarines as part of the strike group. These have practically unlimited range and endurance and possess several different kinds of weapons for land attack, as well as anti-ship and anti-submarine role. Several different kinds of supporting vessels, like tankers, are part of this fleet. It's important to note that in January of this year, Taiwanese voters have re-elected incumbent President Tsai Ing-wen in a landslide election. This is seen as a sharp rebuke to Beijing and its attempts to intimidate and lure Taiwan into China's fold. Tsai won more than 8 million votes, the most any presidential candidate has garnered since Taiwan began holding direct elections for the position in 1996. She easily defeated her opponent, Han Kao-yu, whose Kuomintang party promotes closer ties with China. Since this, China has taken a very hostile stance and has been sending aircraft and ships to intimidate Taiwan. The 7th Fleet is a potent force. It's actually more powerful than the entire military machinery of many countries. The important aspect is that it's close to China, hence can be quickly deployed to counter the Chinese force, and is actually acting as a deterrence.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.